sorry, I couldn't see any comments whatsoever. So I want to be able to see what you guys have to say. So this way we can actually have conversation. Give us just a few minutes for everybody to show up, and we're going to get started the second time. All right, guys? Sorry, technical difficulties on my end. So give it just a moment, everybody, because I've got some serious things to say. Oh, yes, I can see y'all now. Now I can see everybody. Sorry, that was technical difficulties on my end. What's up, Nightshade? Yeah, I knew there was a bunch of comments, guys. Oh, quit it. Go, baby. But I knew there was a bunch of comments already, guys. And I knew that you guys were wanting to talk to me, and I want to see what you guys have to say, especially after I tell y'all what I saw. You know, oh, you had to leave school early? I'm sorry to hear that, Nightshade. But guys, let me jump straight into this because this is important. All right, first off, when we got there at 10:45 in the morning, guys. Just so y'all know, as soon as I got off of live with you guys and left this house, we got there within 20 minutes. So it was like 10:45 when we got there, okay? Chuck, baby, what do you want? What you want? You need to go potty? Do you need to go potty? All right, let me let you out. Sorry, guys. All right. Maybe widening the stand will help. Yeah, sorry. Jin had a panic attack earlier, and I had to help her out. Give me just a moment. Come on, Chuck. Go potty, baby. All right, guys. Now, let me get to this. I've never been more serious than I am in my life. This American medical system is getting ridiculous. Okay, guys? While we were there, first off, she didn't find anything out about her situation until 9:30 at night. I was her ride there. I was her only way back. And they decide to send her to Galveston. And then they tell a man who's off his psych meds that he has to, no choice, get out of that parking lot and leave within the next 2 hours, or they were going to tow our car. Yeah. That was the first thing out of that doctor's mouth. And I looked up at him and I said, what? Because I'm freaking out. I don't do well in hospitals, guys. First off. Second off, I've been in Baptist's mental ward. It was awful. It was absolutely terrible, guys. I had somebody urinate and defecate on me. I had somebody stick his wang in my ear. You know, guys, it's a horrible place to be. They don't have enough nurses. They don't have the proper facility to handle some of these psychos that go in there. Because, guys, I'm crazy when I'm off my meds, yes. But I sit in the corner to myself, and I try to keep to myself. Why? Because I don't want to freak anybody out. That is one thing about me. I have a high respect for everybody around me, and I do not want them to see me in such a condition. I can't stand it, guys. It drives me insane. It's embarrassing to me. You know, but for these people to let me not know until it was way too late for me to be able to even drive home that I had to drive by myself was insane. Now, second off, the nurses there were extremely rude. And I do mean rude. They walked up to her and she's like, I'd just like to go home, ma'am. I'm in a lot of pain. I just came in here for some antibiotics and I've been here for 6 hours. You know, now, yes, she said it in a very frustrating manner because she had enough of the day. Anybody would have enough at that point, you know, and these people literally scream at her and tell her that if she doesn't calm down, they're going to put her down as refusing medical treatment and they're going to ask her to leave. I stood up and I said, no, you're not going to do that. I said, you are going to treat her. You are going to tell us what is wrong, and you are going to do it within the next hour. And by this time, guys, I was livid. And you want to know why I was livid? Because I went to go outside to call her husband, charge my phone, and let you guys know what was going on. And in the lobby, I see before me this Spanish lady freaking out. She's got a crib, one of them little car seat cribs, you know, that you can carry an infant around in. She's got it sitting by her feet. It's quaking like it's in the middle of a paint shaker. And she's frantically speaking Spanish. And this guy is just, ma'am, there are 6 people ahead of you, senorita. There's nothing I can do. You're just going to have to sit down and wait. That was what he was doing. I walked over because my curiosity got piqued. And I stared inside that little crib. Guys, that little Mexican child was having a grand mal epileptic seizure and was less than a year old. He was pale white, almost ashen, covered in sweat. His eyes were sunken in, and he was shaking so hard the whole crib was rattling. And this guy was sitting there telling her there was nothing he could freaking do. I grabbed his monitor and I said, hello, jackass. Do you see what's even going on in front of you? There is an infant on this floor about to die right here, right now. And the only thing you care about is she can't speak English and doesn't have insurance. And she's got to wait for 6 more people. Her infant is having a grand mal epileptic seizure. You better get somebody, and you better get somebody now before I knock your stupid damn snide-ass teeth down your fucking throat. And that was my exact response. And he looked up, the security guard come walking. I looked at him, I said, sir, I don't mean to be this kind of threatening, but you better get your head nurse and you better get her here now, or you're going to need a lot more than an old codger and some scrawny little guy to take me out, because I'm about to wreck this place like John Q if you don't get this baby taken care of now. Well, the head nurse come running around the corner. She said, sir, you've got to calm down. What is your problem? She has to be present anytime a security situation goes down, because they thought I was a patient. Well, I looked them dead in the face and I said, that baby's having a fucking grand mal seizure. She turned around, she looked, she said, oh my God. And they rushed her and the mother out. The mother immediately looked at me. Thank you, senor. Thank you, senor. Gracias. So nice. God bless. Jesus, love you. And she, just running through the door. And she turned around and she looked at this guy. And this guy is literally standing there looking at his phone going, fuck me, is all he said. I looked at him, I said, yeah, you're about to eat that damn cell phone. I can't believe the shuck. I'm okay, baby. I'm just ranting and raving, baby. I know it's bugging you. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay, baby. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I remember you, Pixel Riot. I really do, brother. All right, back up, Shuck. Back up, baby. Here. Here you go. Daddy's ranting and raving. Come on. Come on, baby. What is it, Shuck? Come on. Come on. What? Come on, baby. What? Come here. Come on. What is it? Look. Come here, you big fat one. Yeah. There. Anyway. But, so yeah. This guy is on his phone. And I told him, I'm about to cram that down your damn throat. Everybody's about to see what you had for dinner. Good thing you can tweet with your gut. And the head nurse was like, sir, we got this under control. She looked at him. She snatches his phone out of his hand, hands it to the security guard, and says, I want this man escorted out by taser point. If he refuses to leave, shoot him. It took me literally almost getting arrested and losing every bit of patience and temper that I have, I completely went from y'all's smiling, happy swamp rat to a very angry reptile in a very quick, short second. You know, and to see them treat that child like that, to see them let that infant go through that seizure for God knows how long is way past wrong. I don't care if she was an illegal immigrant or not. That baby needed help. Period. It doesn't matter who they are. That baby needed care. And all this dude cared about was a freaking insurance card? Are you kidding me? Since when did America become all about insurance? Since when did America become all about not giving a shit? Because, I mean, there was zero fucks to give in that guy's face. Like, even when he was fired, he rolled his eyes and walked out, was like, whatever. This guy probably had to be 22, 23. And I'm telling you right now, he ain't never had his ass whooped. Not once. Because if he had a good old school ass whooping, he'd have never done that in his life. He'd have never just sat there in that chair and watched that woman bawl her eyes out, crying and screaming because she had to have been no older than 20. She was young, guys. This girl was probably a teen mom. And this was her first baby. And you could tell. It was written all over. And when he turned around and he looked at me on his way out and he was like, how did you even know what it was, sir? I looked at him and said, I'm an epileptic, asshat. What, do you got your head up your butt for the fucking warmth? And then they escorted him out. And that was the last I saw of him that night. Now, the next thing that happened was whenever she, my friend, who was up there about to lose her eye to an infection, almost losing her life due to a freaking fever, is sitting there writhing in that bed for 9.5 hours. Yeah, I had enough. I walked up to the front desk and I said, what the hell is going on? First off, you have a baby in the lobby gonna die on you because you got a dumbass behind the counter. Now, we've been here for 9.5 hours. You're telling us her infection is severe enough to be life-threatening. She's got 103-degree fever. She can't see out of her left eye. And you're telling us that her x-rays show a severe infection and that she might need to be transported. Why have we waited 5 hours to find out if she's going to be transported? Well, we're just checking your insurance. Checking the fucking insurance? And then they were like, yes, sir. Not only that, but we only have one doctor on staff. You're an ER. You're an emergency room. You should have more than one doctor. Well, sorry, sir. We're mostly nurse practitioners. I said, what? Well, yes, sir. We can't afford to have that many doctors on staff. We only have one doctor on staff, and there's only 15 doctors in the whole building. Where the hell are they? You got people sitting out there in that front lobby with broken arms, epileptic seizures, freaking who God knows what. There's one lady out there that's literally throwing up every 3 minutes. She shit herself twice since she's been here. And she sat in there for 5 hours waiting on y'all. I know because I watched her show up. Guys, I witnessed shit like that all night long. All night long. I'm so livid and so pissed off at this stupidity. And then on top of that, I find out that the whole reason why they have lost 5 doctors. Oh yeah, I called the CEO. I woke his ass up. I called him and I left him a message that said, boy, you better answer me. I don't care if God's calling you. You answer me first. I got a bone to pick with you, bitch. He answered the phone. I told him exactly what his hospital did. You know what? My friend don't have to pay a single bill. She don't have to pay a dime. He paid every last drop. She didn't even have to pay for her meds. That little Mexican lady, she didn't have to pay for any of her baby's treatments either. Guys, when you have to literally go to that much, just that much insanity, when you have to take a guy who literally prides himself on being happy all the time and being as kind as possible, because that's what I try to do. I pride myself on that, guys. But when you literally take and push him to that point where he has to turn into an asshole, what the hell? What the hell is wrong with you, Donald J. Trump? Because it's your mandatory executive order that has made it this difficult on us. My mother lost her job because of one of his mandatory orders. Remember how I had interviewed my mom and I told y'all she worked for government assisted housing. They took away the grants for her company. Now my mom gets to work 2 extra weeks for free just to make sure she can stay on with a company that might not have anywhere to put her. Because he cut all of their budget. The people that are living in these apartments now have to look for new places to go or pay full price. The people that live in the properties that she has set up have to start paying based around the value of the property, not the percentage of their income. So our mental, physical, and poverty level federal aid is being taken away from us, guys. Why? Because some rich ass motherfucker thinks that he needs it. When my friend almost died because of his bullshittery and that stupid freaking hospital's ideas of what treatment is, whatever happened to the fucking HIPAA Act? Whatever happened to I will treat the sick, the dying, and the weak, no matter the what, no matter the cost, no matter what they have to give. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to doctors wanting to be doctors for the sake of helping people? Huh? What happened to those guys? Where are they? I'll tell you where they are. They're dead and they're buried because they're old or they're retired. Because these new generations, all they're giving a crap about is this much money. How many figures they're going to be getting. $800,000 a year? Oh yeah, I'm going to jump on that doctor job. They don't even look at the fact that they're going to be taking care of people, that they're going to be treating them, that they're going to be saving their lives. No, they're looking at how much money is going in their pockets. They're looking at how much cash they're going to be able to throw in their wallet. Shuck, lay down, baby. I'm not screaming at you, honey bunny. Okay? It's okay, baby boy. Do you need to go potty again? Or you want to go back outside? All right, I'm just going to open the door and leave it open for you, baby boy. Turn the AC off. Guys, I think I would rather pay $75 in taxes every year, or 75% in taxes every paycheck, and get universal health care where you can just go and get treated no matter what, than I would deal with this bullshit insurance crap anymore. Because, guys, I can't even get treated by my doctor for my heart. After my heart attack, I haven't been able to do my follow-up. You want to know why? I can't afford it. Why? I have no insurance. And they will not see me or treat me without me having payment up front. And full payment, not partial. Has to be all $135. And because I missed my doctor's appointment last time because I didn't have the money for it, guess what, guys? It goes up to $250. Goes up $100. Why? Because that's the missed appointment fee. That's how much it costs when you miss an appointment. You know, guys, that's ridiculous. I called in and I told them I can't show up because I ain't got the money. Well, sir, we're going to have to charge you more money next time. You're going to charge me majority of my check? You know what? I think I'll take my chances. No, I really would. Hold on, guys. I've got to go check on my friend real quick. And I might just grab us some water real fast. And I will return. All right? Jin, till then, you got the floor. Yeah, because we ain't got enough water to do squat. All right, rubber boots, come here. Time to go swimming, basically. Oh, and guys, listen to this when I walk out of here, and you'll really understand why I say I live in a swamp. Hold up, guys. I forgot something real fast. I owe him $1. There it is. All right, guys, I will return. All right, guys, I am returned. I hope Jin held down the fort and everybody's still here, because still got a little bit to talk about. All right, guys. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, so everybody's been talking about the American medical system so far. That's cool to see. All right, guys, because, yeah, I mean, I never really get this upset, guys. So I've taken some time. I've kind of calmed down a little bit. I'm going to take my hat off, guys. But I've kind of calmed down a little bit. You know, I got a little heated there. I did. So I do apologize a little bit. But, guys, that baby, my friend and that baby, God, they get my blood boiling how they treated him. You know, that was just wrong. And the king has returned. Thank you, Glitched. Oh, the Australian medical system is shit too? I didn't know that. You know, that sucks. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't move to Australia. But no, I'm joking, sweetie. You know, but anyway. So, yeah, guys. The American medical system really needs an overhaul. Like, from top to bottom. And, you know, we need doctors that are doctors and not playboys, philanthropists. Can't say it. You know what the heck I'm trying to say. Anyway. Oh, man, I had to give myself a good laugh. But now that I've calmed down a little bit, now that the anger is out, because I had to get it out, I'm going to tell you guys the other part that sucked. Now, we told these people I needed my medication. I had to be home by 9:30. Unless they could produce a Klonopin, an aripiprazole, and 2-Primidone, and an oxcarbazepine. I needed to go home. You know, and guess what, guys? They said I should have brought it with me. That was my fault. I was like, you can't put a rush on things. Sir, you'll be fine without your psych meds for one night. Yeah. Tell a schizophrenic they'll be okay without their psych meds, which keeps us focused that we'll be okay. The hell is wrong with you? Like, have you officially lost your gourd? Or did you just never have it in the first damn place? Because, man, this is just some bullshit. I mean, I can't get treatment. My friend couldn't get treatment. That baby couldn't get treatment. There was elderly folks in there that couldn't get treatment. There was a guy that was obviously probably in the middle of having a heart attack. And they were just taking his vitals like it's no big deal. And then just do. You know, and I mean, God, guys, come on. You shouldn't have to literally break your back and spin an arm and a fucking leg just to be able to get some antibiotics for a bad tooth. Or just to be able to get a simple neural inhibitor to stop a seizure. You know, no. Instead, they want to just turn around and let you suffer. Because they want to make sure that that money is in their pocket before you ever get what you need. And that, my friends, is far from right. It is far from righteous. It is far from what this country claims to be, which is godly. And it is very, very far from what our forefathers planned for this nation. Guys, what our forefathers saw in this world in this great nation that we live in, known as the United States of America, was founded on freedom, was founded on being treated equally after a while. You know, it wasn't at first, because, you know, you had to be considered human to be able to be treated human. And yes, our ancestors weren't exactly the smartest people on the planet, so I don't exactly give them credit in some areas. But our founding fathers did get one thing right. This country was meant to stand as a beacon for the rest of the world, to show them a better way of life, to show them freedom, to show them love, to show them shelter, to give them sanctuary. And what have we done? We turned it into a laughingstock and a money racket from coast to coast. Aurum vincet omnia. Gold conquers all. Only reason why I'm scalding to that is because it's true, guys. Aurum vincet omnia. Never forget that. And the reason being is because those in power want more power. Those at the bottom just want a piece of the pie. But those guys in power are taking that piece of pie and going, neener, neener, boo, boo. Yes, I just sprinkled water all over myself. I don't care at this point. You know, guys, I'm just that mad. You know, and it's just, I don't know how it is in other states, except for Ohio and the few that I've lived in. You know, I've lived in Ohio, I've lived in Oklahoma, I've lived in Alabama, I've lived in Washington, and I've lived in Texas, I've lived in Louisiana. And everywhere I've gone, the medical system is teetotal crap. I mean, I went to a mental ward up in Ohio because I almost attempted suicide. And guys, that was worse than down here. They shoved so many pills down my throat, guys. I had a swollen tongue. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't really see straight. By the time I came home, my girlfriend at the time could do nothing but cry for 2 weeks while I recovered from what they did to me. You know, and I threw away all the meds that they gave me and went back to the original medications that I had because it did me a lot better. You know, all I had to do was up the dosage. That was it. They didn't need to cram 15 other medications down my fucking throat. Because, guys, I was so bad on that crap that all I could do is just sit there and stare forward with the deadest eyes you'd ever seen. You ask me a question, huh? Okay. You know, it's just dead. Nothing. And she had to watch me go through that for months. Or not months, for weeks. Weeks, guys, 3 weeks. She watched me go through that. Never again. Never again will I go to a psych ward. That's why when I came home last night after tripping, I mean, absolutely tripping out, freaking out entirely, having all kinds of problems, seeing things, hearing things, flipping the fuck out like only a schizophrenic can. I stayed over at my friend's house so I would not be surrounded by my toys. So I wouldn't be surrounded by my swords, my knives, and my guns. Why? So I could protect myself. Because I'm not stupid, guys. I knew what kind of danger I was in. You know. But them doctors, they didn't care. They were more than willing to let me have a freak out right there in the middle of that emergency room. And you want to know why? So they could slap me in the mental ward and they could get more money. Because the more people they have in that mental ward, the more grants they can get. Yeah, they pink slip people in a heartbeat. I've seen them do it. They did it to me. I walked in and said, all I want to do is get some help, talk to a counselor, because I almost committed suicide. I need help. And they threw me in the mental ward. They didn't even give it a second thought. They immediately threw me in the mental ward. Guys, I was completely okay and sane by then. I was back on my meds. And they were just like, nah, here you go. Go back to being psycho. No, I'm not going through that again. And guys, never let a nurse practitioner work on you. You want to know why? Because they're practicing. You're their test subject. I don't want somebody who's practicing. I want a doctor, not his assistant. I want somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, not probing around all over me and everything like that, going, well, let's see what this does. Okay, don't touch you there. Okay. I don't want somebody like that. I want somebody who's going to walk in there and be like, okay, you say this is what's wrong with you. We're going to test for that first. If that doesn't come up with what you think it is, then I'm going to test you for what I think it is. Guys, that's a good doctor. Because he's like, okay, I'm going to give you what you want, but then I'm going to test you for what I want, just to make sure. And I've seen a lot of people who've had doctors like that, and the doctor turn around and be like, yeah, you're right. You got bronchitis. Here's you some antibiotics, go home. Guys. And that's what she was trying to do. She knew it was a tooth infection. She just didn't know how bad a tooth infection it was. And they didn't bother to say a damn thing until 9 hours later. And then after it had been almost 6 hours, or not 6 hours, after it had been almost 2 hours after that, 11 o'clock, they finally took her to get the abscess removed. That's 10 and a half, almost 11 hours at a hospital with something that they're claiming can be lethal. That's just wrong. Absolutely fucking wrong. And I'm going to go on ahead and stop the rant here, guys, so we can start the afternoon hangout. Or afternoon hangout. Listen at me like the sun's up. But so we can go on ahead and start hangout, guys. Because I'd like to chill for a minute and have some fun, and enjoy my friends. But yes, it was a very, very messed up situation, guys. Alrighty. So I just wanted to get that out, guys. And I thank all of y'all for stopping in and listening. Can I listen to your book? All right, Glitched Edits, you can listen to my book come Sunday. Because I'm going to be reading it again. And we're going to see what y'all's responses are going to be this time. Guys, Black and Hills has been a really big project for me. And I've been wanting to really see what actual people's thoughts are on it. So yes, I'm gonna go on ahead and say this is gonna be the next reading. And guys, the first reading went over well. The second one did not. So if this third one does not go over well, this is the tiebreaker, guys. If it does not go over well, we will no longer be reading Black and Hills. But if it does go over well, we'll continue it every Sunday. Oh, we have a little lags there, subject 14. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, a lot of people like scary novels. And this one's scary, and then it turns mystery, and then it turns scary again, and then it turns a little bit of fantasy, and then it turns scary again, and then it turns mystery. It's got a little bit of everything. The only thing it doesn't really have so far is a true love interest in the story. So he does have a crush on one character in the book, but he'll never pursue it. But let's have a good Scald to Good Friends a good long rant to make yourself feel a little better, and hopefully spreading a little bit of awareness. Scald. Guys, last night was a hell of a night. As y'all can tell, last night was one hell of a night. But you know what? It's all good, because I got to get it out to you guys. And I'm sorry for all the cussing. I apologize now for all the cussing. I was mad. And when I'm mad, my daddy comes out of me. Oh yeah, I'm fine now for sure. I'm gonna make another Lego if that's okay. Go right on ahead, man. Logo, go right on ahead. You know, make as many of them as y'all want, guys. If y'all want to make fan art and send it to me, you know, go right on ahead, guys. I don't mind. In fact, if my Jin's still in here and she wouldn't mind, and she's awake, if she would, please put up my email address and I'll pin it for everybody so they can send me images if they wish. Oh, I understand that. Don't worry about it. But I still want to apologize anyway, out of respect for you guys, because I never try to cuss that much. But the situation with the baby, that situation just blew my mind. How can you let that small of a child go through that, even for a few seconds? You know, it's not right. But guys, that baby got treatment and I got to see them leave. So I know the baby's okay. You know, she got to leave with her baby. So that's one thing that I'm very happy about. Yeah, it definitely needs to be fixed. You know, and not only does the medical system, the education system, the road system, the governing system, you know, all of America needs an overhaul, guys. And that's what sucks. The whole country needs an overhaul. It's time for a change. And I don't mean a small change. I mean, it's time for a big change. It's time for somebody to step up and be a leader. A real leader. A George Washington. An Abraham Lincoln. A Ulysses S. Grant. A Theodore Roosevelt. A John F. Kennedy. One of these people. Someone like that. Not Trump. Not Biden. Not Obama. Not Bush. You know. But somebody. There's got to be somebody out there that actually gives a crap about this country. And I'm telling you right now, guys, whoever actually steps up and brings this kind of change, they're going to put the whole country up on its head. It's going to cause chaos, but that chaos will settle. And when it settles, what's left behind can sometimes be best. You know, guys, if you've ever seen a construction site, it looks terrible before it's finished. But once it's done, whatever they're building looks great. You know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are, Richard. That's, those are all spring peepers. You know, I love the sound. That's why my door's wide open. But yeah, they're definitely doing some calling there. Well, it sounds like we got some spring peepers, some toad. But I haven't heard a bullfrog yet. Which is funny, because you normally hear them right about now. A big whoop. You know. Yes, it's very, very soothing. You know, this is why I love the swamp, guys. Skeeters humming in the honeysuckle vines, frogs croaking in the distance, crickets croaking on the land, gators bellowing in the August seasons. It's beautiful. I didn't say it was bad, bro. Just never heard that where I live. Oh, I got you, Richard. I know what you meant. Okay. I'll definitely try to put it up on the next one, guys. Yeah, I figured you guys might like that. That's why I just opened up my front door and said, you know what? Let Chuck do his thing. You know, I trust him to stay in the yard. There's only two places he'll go, the yard or to Aaron's house. So he's very well trained. And I'm not too worried about him getting out and trying to do something stupid. Which I think he went over to, yeah, he went and knocked the door wide open over at Aaron's house. So he's over at Aaron's. But, you know, I definitely love the sounds of nature. You know, Glitched, I got to find out how many mods I have first. And then I'll get back to you on that one. You know, I've got to find out how many I have. And then I'll see if I need to make any more mods. You can definitely be a designer, man. You can definitely be a designer for me, for sure. You know, but let me count my mods first, and then I'll see. Old Gus was a big black dog, and when he got out, he would just go out and sit under a tree in my front yard. That's cool. I like dogs like that. I'm just happy that some of these primal sounds still exist. Yes. Yes, some of these natural sounds, man. You know, this is my lullaby. You know, this is the great thing about the swamp. you could literally just sit here and be like, who needs ASMR? Not when you got that. Not when you literally got the sounds of the night. Oh, I'm hearing the toad frogs now. They got their own distinct call too. It's like a but you can barely hear them. But they're out there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be wild in the morning too. Whenever I open the doors, because guys, we might be suburbia, but we still bottomland. You know, so we still have frogs, crickets, critters, turtles, snakes, all them things. Hell, yesterday I saw an owl take off with a rat. You know, that was kind of cool. But I especially love the sunrise. That's why I've been sitting here, you know, in the mornings with you guys, and I've been managing to get my tripod to where it's facing directly out this window behind me, because you guys get to see the sunrise as we're talking, or you get to see the sunset as we're talking. You know, so that's why I've kind of switched over to the living room. You know, not only that, it's just I'm not constantly messing up my bed. My couch, I vacuum, you know, every other day. So my mattress, not so much. But that's because I wash my sheets. You know, I don't want to get my mattress dirty because I wash my sheets every night. And the reason being is because my Shuck sleeps in the bed with me. The thing about old Gus was that people would mess their pants when they saw him. He was a big old dog. Never hurt a soul as long as he was with me. He messed up my old man, who was his first owner. Oh, okay. I only have to be here on the weekends and the mornings due to school. Oh, okay. I got you, man. I got you. Oh, sounds like my Jin went to bed, though. You know, I think she went on ahead and passed on out. But I'm glad to see you, Richard. Thank you for popping in for sure. I was definitely going to be sending you an email here real soon. Oh yeah. You know, what was his name? Let's see. What was that old dog's name? Gus. Gus definitely sounds like a good dog. You know what? Here's the big old Gus. Here's to Gus, who scared the hell out of us, loved us, and sat under that tree. All right? Here's to Gus. Scald. Hey, Nightshade, I saw you went live for a little bit. Oh, Nightshade, are you okay? Are you all right? Why'd you almost pass out, girl? Do you need to lay down? To my old Gus, we loved life and love to be my dog. There you go, man. Oh, sweetie, are you okay? Like, seriously, Nightshade, are you okay? Like, that's what we're here for. Are you fine? Yeah. Sometimes it could just come on. Yeah, no kidding. Oop, hang on. I got a bunch of stuff going on here. I got so many people here, I'm lagging. All right. You know, maybe it's a blood pressure thing, Nightshade. That could be a problem. Didn't you say you're tachycardic? You know, if that's the case, then yeah, your blood pressure could have just went through the roof for a second and you could just, you know, so I've had that happen to me. Yeah, I hope she'll be all right too, everybody. Let's pray for our dear friend Nightshade for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need like lisinopril or something because that's what me and my friend take for our high blood pressure is lisinopril. You know, it does a really good job. But I sure hope you're going to be okay, sweetheart, because for some reason I'm picturing you going even paler than what you already are. And if you get any paler, you're going to be crystal clear, you know? So definitely worried about you. Adderall? What's Adderall? Is it like Advil? Yeah, definitely. You are a little pale right now. Yeah, girl, you can't get any paler. Okay, you porcelain already. If you get any paler, you're fluorescent light bulb. Okay? And I don't mean to be rude about that. I'm the same way. So don't take offense. Please don't. But yeah, girl, if you pale right now, that's probably your heart rate. You know, do you have a blood pressure cuff anywhere around you? If so, and you might go to pass out again, sweetie, I'd call the hospital. Yes. Oh, okay. It's like a lisinopril. Okay, I got you there. Oh, okay. I got you now, Nightshade. Yeah, get lots of iron. It helps me out. I eat liver a lot. I don't like the flavor. I don't like the texture. I like the crunchy when it comes down to the deep fried part. But that's beside the point. I eat it because I need it. But guys, we are approaching 7 more minutes. I know I said I was going to go a little bit longer, guys, but Aaron is texting me and my Jin's texting me. And I think I'm in for a busy night again, guys. So I don't think I can hold out for the full 2 hours like I was hoping. I do apologize on that one. But I think I'm about to be getting busy because there he is again. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go on ahead and make sure that he's going to be okay. And guys, if he's passed out by the time I get in there and he's all right, I'll come back in here and I'll jump back on the live. Okay. Or, you know, I might just see if Jin's awake. If my Jin's not awake, I might jump back on live again. You know, because when I wasn't on live with you guys today, I was on the phone with Jin. We have been talking nonstop. So, we're talking about trying to create a song for the two of us. But yeah, guys, sorry. It's been a rough couple days. So I'm probably going to go on ahead and call it quits here. Thank y'all, every one of y'all, for showing up. Nightshade, please be okay, sweetheart. Take care of yourself. You know, worst case scenario is get yourself to a doctor, okay? I know you say Aussie medicine sucks, but don't let yourself have a heart attack. Not as young as you are. So, we're going to see y'all later. Thank y'all for listening to my oh-so-graphic rant. But I think it was definitely worth it. And thank y'all for sticking around. You know, guys, I love y'all to death. Y'all are absolutely amazing. See you from the swamp. Later from a gator. Love your mama. Love your papa. Love yourself. Be kind. Always find a way to help, guys. I'll catch you next time on the flip side.